Hey guys, welcome to my living room. Today I thought we would give the is it humble? I don't know. The Philodendron Atapoense the glow up that it deserves. We're gonna put this guy in a moss pole. So follow along, why don't you? If you're new here, my name is Erin. I like talking about plants, unboxing plants, buying plants. Subscribe so you don't have any plant FOMO. I bought this plant from Canopy Plant Co. I remember feeling a little underwhelmed by it, and cool. Don't have much to say about this one. Nice though. It has since pushed out, I think, 2 leaves already. It's the second one here. And I just could tell by the way this was happening that it's now or never. It's got to go on a moss pole or this thing is going to start looking scraggly. Like this Joepii, which is way overdue for a moss pole. It's so scraggly. It's too late for you, my friend. The other benefit of the moss pole is that when it has something to attach to and knows it has something secure to climb up on, the roots are going to grow into the pole, and then these leaves are going to get massive. Sydney Plant Guy, who is all things knower of moss poles, put his fairly early on a moss pole, and it is massive. So here's where this plant was originally. This is a south-facing window, but it's pretty far from the window, so things I put here seem to do okay, but it's not going to get the glow up that it truly deserves. Looks like he's packed in coconut chips, a lot of coconut husks here, so we'll untangle him from that. Get him on a moss pole. Come on over to my dining room. Okay, so to undertake this task, what you'll need is the plant in question, a moss pole of some sort. I like this clear one from Amazon, but I have used the ones from Russo Plant Care, which I really like. Some moss, obviously, that I have pre-soaked. Pot and a drip tray. This has loads of aeration. Since I'm looking for this to grow up and for the roots to grow into the moss pole, it doesn't need to be a very large pot. So this is perfectly fine. I think this is 6-inch. And then some chunky aeroid mix. We have some leca, coconut chips, coconut husks, some orchid bark, lots and lots of perlite, some horticultural charcoal, and a little bit of worm casting. So lately, I've been using some leca in the bottom of my repots to really keep it light and airy and give the roots something to sit on top of and not to cause the dreaded root rot. I have a potting mat and this really cool potting spoon that I love. Last thing you'll need is a beverage of your choice. So let's exhume this non-fussy plant. Is that weird? I think it smells so good. Really smells of coconut husks. And so I'm just gonna gently loosen this guy. And I did the thing that everybody does, water it right before you intend to repot. This root system is delicate. Okay, honestly, I think this is enough because if I loosen it more, gonna cause more harm than good and really disrupt this delicate rooting system and shock the plant. I'm not gonna reinvent the wheel here. Fill this with some moss. You could do this one of 2 ways. You could assemble it first and add your moss in the top and the bottom, or you could do it like this. Both are fine. There's a clear bit without the perforations here, and this is the part that's going to go down into your pot. And this is the top bit here. And these are stackable. So I'm going to keep adding the moss. The moss I have pre-soaked. If you don't do that before, it will be kind of hydrophobic and weird. And I don't recommend doing it that way. Let's see how we did, if this appears to be enough or if we should add a little bit more. You don't want to pack it too densely though. And I'm just using this, I got this from like the nearest big box store. You can order it from Amazon. It's just your regular ho-hum orchid moss. So I add a little bit more to our moss burrito. There's just little perforated tabs here. I had pre-folded these tabs here also just to make things a little bit easier for assembly. Pretty good. I could just add a little bit more. And then you're right here, you're not going to fill this bit with moss because this is where your aeroid mix is going to go. Going to add a little bit of leca to the bottom here. Like I said, just to assist in this extra drainage, fill this up a little bit here. Just putting my hand on the bottom so that the moss doesn't slide out. It's going to fill the top here with the aroid mix, because this part is going in the pot. I'm going to hang on to the bottom and just flip it upside down. Awesome. Great when it works. Now in goes our little plant. Forward facing. And then to adhere it, I am going to take one of these cute little clips here that I use for my plastic stakes and adhere it to the little holes and see how that looks. Trying to get it as close as I can. Can you come here and hold this really quick for me? Push down and hold it.
Is this supposed to be for plants?
It is. Okay, thank you. So this is where the new leaves are going to come out. All of the new, the nodes and the growth points henceforth will want to grow into. So I actually should try to make this a little bit more medial. But for now, I'm going to add in the rest of the growing medium. The roots are down there, snugly. So now here comes our aroid mix. So right now, the leaves have sort of fanned this way, and then the new growth points are kind of going to fan up this way. So hopefully I'll have more of a symmetrical plant with this leaf unfurling, and then I can kind of try to train this. Love it. So with this, the roots are going to be highly, highly visible in the back here. The idea is that this can grow into the moss pole, and it's going to start to develop its own root system here. It's going to know that it has something secure to climb on and just keep throwing massive leaves. That was pretty darn easy, if you ask me. So I'm going to go ahead and water the pot. For watering in general, what I like to do is use a smoothie bottle with some holes poked in it. You just take your water bottle that's thin, it drains down in there. That's it. Ta-da! Okay, so here he is in his new home, joining this Anthurium veitchii, Stara esqueleto, and this Philodendron Florida green. This is a great corner with some natural light, but this grow light goes on for about 12 hours every day. I'm hoping I'm going to start to get that big upgrade in leaves that this plant is known for. Here he is. I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. So the way you check for the watering situation, you can just kind of stick your finger in here. You can give it a little squeeze and see if it's crunchy or not. Put your smoothie bottle in there. Call it a day.